Hello everybody, Malekith here, and welcome to Total War Warhammer 2. So, for my first playthrough, I am going to be playing as the High Elves, much to the confusion of the Creative Assembly guys on their stand at EGX at the weekend, because they pointed out that my name's the same as this guy, except it isn't, because he spells it with an E, and I spell it with an A. So, yes, he's an interloper as far as I'm concerned. I was always a tabletop High Elf player, so High Elves is where I'm going. Now, my personal preference from lore is I prefer Teclis as a character, but I don't really like his start position. He starts in the Lustrian jungles, whereas Tyrion here starts in Lothern. I'd much rather fight for Ulthuan. So I'll be going as him for this start campaign, which is probably a good one to learn the game with anyway. And we'll move on to other things going forwards. So this will be one of my slower burn campaigns, with you guys commenting in the description after the video, and I'll give you at least a full day to put any suggestions, thoughts, comments, abuse that you like before I try and record the next session. So hopefully I can get as much of your guidance, feedback, thoughts, ideas incorporated as possible, and you don't get spammed with videos from the same series either. So, enough of the Sunfang being repeatedly drawn. Let's get on with the campaign.
Who are the Asur? An enigma to men and dwarfs, who know them as High Elves. At the center of the great ocean lies Ulthuan, a paradise created by the Old Ones. But when the stellar gates collapsed, demons flooded the mortal plane. All was lost until Anarion the Defender strode forth. The first Phoenix King vanquished the demons, with the aid of the Archmage, Calador Dragontamer. It was Calador and his elven mages who created the Great Vortex. A swirling maelstrom that siphoned the excess magic, withering demonkind. With the world purged of chaos, the elves took it upon themselves to become guardians and stewards. The twin-tailed comet is oft seen as an omen, but this time its wake brought great peril.
The dragon with two tails flies lower than before. Its trail disturbs the vortex.
I have felt a change in the winds of magic.
Then write it, brother. Lead the mages of Safari. Bring all in the White Tower to bear if you must.
Such lore is currently beyond us.
I suggest a scrying ritual in the pool of Isha. It may provide us with the answer.
Such a ritual requires fragments of fallen waystones. Far more than we have.
Then we find more. Make ready your ritual, Loremaster Talarian. You will have your fragments.
I shall start the search in Lustria.
Lustria?
My brother will search here, in Ulthuan.
Why do you care so much about the greater world?
Why do you not? Stay here, brother. Protect Ulthuan. But I venture beyond our borders.
And while you meddle in far-flung continents, I will ensure you have a home to return to.
Sibling rivalry. Now, once we get past the initial tutorial, I do have a nice feature I want to check out and demonstrate to you guys that they have finally put in the game after years of me asking for it.
fellow Azure, rally to my banner. Ulthuan is under attack, and the great vortex imperiled like never before. The Druki invade us in number. No doubt Malekith or his twisted crone of a mother have sensed weakness in the vortex. Their attack is blatant. They come directly for the sea gates of Lothern. The seat of the Phoenix King must not fall. Finnobar has entrusted me to lead the counterattack. Join my cause, brave Azure, and together we shall overcome. The Druki cannot be allowed to despoil the sanctity of Ulthuan. Draw your weapons, and by Azurian's will shall we prevail.
Okay, how the High Elves play. Influence. High Elf factions gain influence. This little symbol here, which we can find up here. As political events fall in their favour, which may be spent on court intrigues and on recruiting more powerful lords and heroes. Intrigue at the court. This is something I was interested in because it's a mechanic in the tabletop which is highly annoying as it randomizes who your general is. High Elves can spend their influence on intrigues at the court, whispering deals in the halls of power that pull strings to improve or worsen the diplomatic relations between factions. And espionage. Elves can use trade agreements to spy on their partners. High Elf factions have full visibility over the territory of any faction they trade with. Now that's nice. It's not overpowered because you won't see everything, but you'll see your allies getting attacked. Not necessarily allies, but you know, people that are more friendly towards you than your enemies. Pretty much everyone's an enemy in Total War usually. Especially when Chadman's playing. Okay, first mission. Ensure that one of the following buildings has been constructed. An elven village. You'd think something the size of Lothern would have a village, but okay. My prince, with the vortex faltering, we should look upon our infrastructure and enhance its properties. We cannot afford to stagnate in such a troubled age. And the next mission, Defender of Ulthuan. Capture and occupy a settlement belonging to the following faction, Cult of Excess. Which I believe is this faction. Here, here, and here. My prince, I fear the purpose of this ill-advised invasion by our dark elf kin, the Druchi, is to distract us from their true cause. They search for the scrolls as a concern. We cannot let them sully Ulthuan either, let alone encroach on Lothern. I'll focus on preparing the first ritual while you defend our homeland and expel these fools. We get some fragments, some influence, and some money for it. Okay. So, that feature I was talking about. We watch, I think, this bar specifically. They've added colorblind mode, this being the type I have. So usually you would have that color. I'm sure it changes other things elsewhere, although I haven't quite spotted them yet. But, you know, it gives you an indication here of the things that do get changed. So if things look a different color to what you're expecting when you're playing it, this will be why, because I am running this. I've requested it for years. The bit that I'm most interested to see is if they still have red arrows on the minimap in battles, because red on green battlefields is impossible for me to damn see, which is why I don't even use the minimap. But enough rambling. I've got my feature. We'll see how it goes moving forwards. Right, so your city, you can see there, if we look on the left, actually generates fragments. If we upgrade, we get some nice bonuses. Also the garrison, pretty awesome. We might as well kick that into play because it'll take some turns.
Champion of the
Now, Tyrion here starts with 2 spears, 2 archers, an eagle claw bolt thrower, which are awesome. And the Flame Spire Phoenix. I'm intrigued by the rebirth. There's a chance of regaining health. Okay, it doesn't die, fall to the floor, and then come back to life. Alright, let's recruit him. Actually, we want to move him first.
Ready to serve.
So, We could come to the glittering tower. What's in here garrison-wise? 2 bleak swords, red spears, dark shards. We could walk up here towards Lycian. That draws us away from quite a lot of stuff.
Protector of the Everqueen.
Can we even get there? Oh, I guess it's in their area of influence. We just have to attack. What did they have again? Not a lot. We'll give it a try. Tyrion should win it for us on his own.
Oriah. To victory.
Laying siege. Settlement garrison.
I am ready to
Away we go. So it's not a particularly difficult battle, but it will get us used to the units. It will let us see the color modes. A mini-map. You can see my units. I'm sure they're, well, I believe they're a different color to what they would usually be, but obviously without having the other mode to compare. Can we check it in here? Yeah, definitely changes. Nice.
heir of Anarion.
All right.
Eager for battle.
He'll heal reasonably quickly. Now the Eagle Claw, as we can see on the left here, has 2 types of ammo. So we've got the standard round, which is good against bigger, you know, like monstrous creatures. And we have the multi-shot round, which is effectively lots of bow projectiles. We'll get our Phoenix out of the way. He doesn't catch some of them in the side of the head. Let's have a go with the manual fire. Oh, up a lot. Not quite enough, but it'll be about right now. Except it continued to drop short. Oh, nice. I think we missed with that one. Alright, that means my bows, I think, have engaged.
Orders received. Advance swiftly.
And my birdie around the side. Oh dear.
Archers.
Archers doing a number.
Heir of Anarion. Destroy them.
Let's see what the Phoenix has around self. We target the front one. Oh, he can't do it when he's in combat. He has to fly over. Get him up in the air again. Gonna have to get used to using him properly, so we might as well practice it now. And oh, okay, it's like a weird little explosion. I like that. Not bad for a starter ability. Eagle Claw doing the work there, really.
Ancestors be praised.
Alright, we want to occupy. Although I do love that picture. I don't know why.
The gods are pleased.
Right, we've got our war fragments, our influence, and our treasury. Maintain control of one province, either by direct ownership or through vassals and military allies.
Those that serve your cause gain experience over time, my lord. Be sure to guide their development to your advantage.
Okay, so here we have the progression tree for Tyrion. Now, I believe this is considerably longer than the old ones of the original Warhammer. I think heroes can go to a higher level. And it seems they sort of loaded up here with a bit more. So what do we want? Some significant boost to his melee capability. He's a mostly army stuff that sit around. Recruitment. Lightning strikes are nice. I think, however, I will go with the making him a melee powerhouse. Now, if we go have a look at the... Where am I finding? Technology. You can see we need to build some buildings. A rally field. An Elven embassy. An archive. Grand repository in Ithmar Smith. So there's a lot of different options in here, but all of them require something currently. Now, rights, again, we can't carry out, but you can see some nice bonuses in there. I'm not going to read through all of them because time constraints, but if you wish to pause the video, now's your chance. Come back to those when we can actually do them. Now, diplomacy is my thing of interest right now. So, let's sort by people that like me first, shall we?
You need me?
So, we've got some allies to the east there.
Well-chosen words and fine wine are the marks of civilization.
Let's have a non-aggression pact and a trade agreement.
Most astute.
Excellent, so that's got us some vision there. Illyrian.
Prince of Ulthuan, your word shall reach the Phoenix throne.
On aggression.
Carefully.
Trade agreement.
Unwise.
Oh, no, they don't want that yet. Okay, so let's try non-aggression first.
Misguided.
Straight up trade.
As you say.
Okay, that they've gone for.
Unwise.
No, they just don't want the non-aggression for some reason. So it's improving, so we can try again in a turn or two. The Scourge of Cain.
Fear my malice.
Yeah, somehow I don't think we're trading with them.
I serve the king.
It does mean for some reason Calador really dislike me though. Trespasses against Calador. And just aversion.
You called? I'm waiting. You are no friend of the Asur. Why are you here?
No, they're not going to go for anything. So we'll leave them for now. We've got a bit done. We will have to buster up the others later. It gives us some vision, which is good.
Defender of the Everqueen.
Alright, so the Glittering Tower, what can we put in here? We wanted So landmark is the Glittering Tower Lighthouse. Or we've got the basic military buildings, which you don't really need because Lothern should have them. That only goes to tier 5. We don't want to worry about that. Pretty much over here, we want one of these two, really. So, Elven Trinkets produced. 100 income or some growth. I'll go with the financial buffer for the moment.
Champion of the Ever Queen.
And then in here, I'll take 2 more spearmen and another archer. And that can be our first turn while we see what goes on elsewhere. Okay, units recruited. Let's just have a look at the world map for people's benefits because I realise we haven't done that. So, High Elves. Probably, I think it's Dark Elves. I think this is going to be the Skaven and the Lizardmen. Not 100% on that. Yeah. That's going to be the Lizards over there, I'm sure of it. Now I've said it. Another 2 turns till that mission's complete. We see anyone of problematic type? No. So we're going to head up towards the Tower Lycian, which should get us the rest of the province, should we take it. Flesh out the army a bit more in case we run into something nasty. The pleasure cult being rather quiet at the moment.
Shield against the darkness. Kill them. Ulf one.
Roll up and take here. Nothing really new to see in there. We will just auto.
A glorious victory.
Throws away a lot of our men. So as soon as we start seeing enemies threatening the vicinity, we won't be doing that again.
My strength grows.
Armor of silvered steel. Plus 10 armor.
Servant.
Nice. Okay, so we have Valor of Ages, weapon strength, and bonus when fighting Dark Elves, melee defense, melee attack, leadership. I'm gonna go for that. The next level, bonus versus Greenskins, Beastmen, Skaven, and Chaos and Norska. That spreads quite wide then. Alright, mission complete. We got some influence, we got some wave fragments. And we're chugging towards the first ritual, but we need 350 to give you a an indication. We have 19. Alright, issue a commandment across the province. What do we have? Banish corruption. Untainted +2 local population. Recruitment capacity and experience. Instruction reduction and growth. Tax and trade. Or Reaver patrols. Campaign movement range -10% for armies starting their turn in the region. Local enemy armies. Nice. I am going to go with the growth one, I suspect. As we are completely untainted. And likely to building lots of growth buildings. Now then, we do not need 2 of these, and because it only goes to tier 3, I'm going to leave the one in Lycene alone and destroy the one in the capital. Okay, right unlocked. Invocation of Isha. The Mother Goddess, purity is her virtue. The tears she weeps for her children can cleanse the land of any taint. This rite is now available to be performed via the rites panel. Immune to attrition, all forces. Casualty replenishment rate. And untainted +10, all provinces. Costs you 2,000 gold. Has a 40 turn cooldown duration and lasts for 10. We will leave it well alone for the moment. Okay, let's have a look at diplomacy for a minute. Where's the Scourge? Right, well, the Cult of Excess has 1 settlement left, and so we know exactly where that is.
Cruel and deadly.
The Scourge are in the north. Haldor really dislike me. Alright, might as well recruit some more men. Not interesting units, I know. At some point when we can build something more interesting, I'll probably transition some of these over to another army commander. Swap in the better units for Tyrion. Quite why that one hasn't triggered, not sure. Maybe I have to end turn. Probably because it doesn't actually issue till the next turn, maybe? Not sure. Oh, hello. Right, new missions. Ensure that we've built a rally field. As Bel-Kohadris, the 7th Finnish king, did when he built the White Tower of Hoeth, we must gather our lore, or open ancient scroll rooms and archives. The knowledge and wonders we shall uncover will aid us in these perilous times.
Ridiculous.
Right.
Tyrion, heir of an area.
Where can we get back to?
Shield against the darkness.
Ill considered.
I suspect he will take the Glittering Tower back, unless we can... if we march...
No.
Yeah, it's going to catch me out, I think, unfortunately.
Ready to serve.
We will pop up the unit further. And in Lothern, get my buildings going. They're only tier 3. And what is this? Elven Gardens unlocks hero recruitment noble. That sounds good. Also the plaza. Okay, 1, 2. I really don't want to build these here because this can go to tier 5 and these buildings only go to 3. But cavalry, kind of handy. In fact, you know what? I'll possibly leave it for you guys to decide. Looking at the time, it's about time I ended the video, so votes down in the comments, please. Should I put down the grazing meadows to allow myself access to Illyrian Reavers and Illyrian Reaver Archers? which are Missile Cav and Shock Cav. Even though I'll end up pretty much destroying the building as soon as I can unlock the next tier in here. Over to you to decide that. We will leave it here. The end turn won't be triggered. We'll see where this guy ends up marching next turn. So hopefully you enjoyed yourselves and will continue joining me in the next episode. Thank you for watching. Bye for now.